What's up, you guys? Happy Thursday. All set to teach, and then I think there's like some confusion with. So right now we're doing this like sweet thing where Daily Ritual has this 5 days of ritual challenge that we do, and it's dope. All the teachers come together and share their hearts. And I thought I was teaching at 5 today, but I'm not actually. Britt is teaching. Um, but I still have a class that I want to teach. And so I thought I would come on here and just share it, you know? So, without further ado, I love you. I'm happy to be here with you. And this will be a little bit of a warm class. It's not for a very beginner. It's going to be somebody who has moved with me, who knows my style, who has been working with a more natural alignment. And that's all I'll say. It might be perfect for anybody. So if you have a mat, catch it and get on it. And that's all. We'll stand. So standing on your mat, feet hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Just sort of shift side to side and feel your paws connected to the mat. Even like a gentle lift of the foot and then place it back down mindfully. Feel your toes connect. Feel the weight of the paw. Connect like a little cushion, like a little hugging, squishing sensation to the mat as you shift side to side. And a little bend into the knees, soft knees, hips gently back with a long open belly. We'll sweep the arms wide and all the way up to the sky, stretch way up high. Lengthen through the sides, eyes towards your fingertips. Breathe into that openness, breathe into that expansion. And then connect your hands above your head and slide them down through heart center, bow your head. And take a few deep breaths here, connecting into the roots, toes little snuggle to the ground. And the heart breathing upward into the pressure of your hands. Take one more breath here. And deep exhale. Sweep your arms wide all the way up to the sky. Stretch way up high, lengthen through your center, lengthen into the ribs, reaching up. And then connect your hands above your head and bring them down to the crown of your head. The elbows hug forward and narrow. Bend your knees forward, slide your hips back and wide. Rise, lift, and lengthen. Press your head up into your hands. The hips slide back, slide wide. Rise, lift, and lengthen. Open up. Take one more, knees forward, hips root back. Lift up, lengthen into your openness. Release your hands back to your heart. Sweep your arms wide and all the way up to the sky. Reach way up high, soft shoulders, reaching fingertips up high. And connect your hands above your head. Bring them to the crown of your head. Begin to hinge, root your hips back. Reach the crown of your head forward into the pressure of your hands. Lengthen, heart reaches forward as the hips root wide. Could even take little shifts of your hips side to side here. I'm trying to find more space and lengthen the belly. Breathe. And then drop it down, big fold. You can connect your hands to your elbows, hands to the mat, hands behind your legs, little shift side to side. Keeping a bend into the knees, paws connected. You can even resist your paws wide to connect into your glute, to connect into the posterior chain. And then reverse swan dive, reach your arms wide, lift all the way back up to the sky, stretch way up high, lengthen, open, reach up, open the belly. And then connect your hands back to the top of the head, elbows hug forward and narrow. Knees bend forward, hips slide wide, rise, lift, lengthen, heart lifts to the sky, open up. Hips sit back, sit deep. Lift, lengthen, open it up. And one more, hips back. Belly long, rise the heart, open up. Slide your hands down through heart center. Pause here, breathe. Hover the heels to shift the heels narrow. Wide knees, hips slide all the way back, sit low. Keeping the butt back wide and lifting up, come down, fingertips land to the mat. Little tick-tock, knees side to side. Plant your hands, press down the mat, and step back, hands and feet. Walk your feet as wide as your hips or as wide as the mat. Bend into your knees and slide your hips wide, lengthen through the belly. Find a couple of pulses forward and back. Root your hips high and wide, and then creep your heart forward, press down the mat. Hips slide wide, resist your paws down and out to the side, and then reach your heart forward. Back wide, root high, and then slide your heart forward. Bend your knees. Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist to the left. Knees forward, hips root back, rise, lift and lengthen, open into the left side. Find your pulse here. Knees bend forward, hips root back, lift, lengthen, open by rising the space underneath the left armpit. Keep your chin lifted, crown reaches forward, maybe add a big stretch into your length. Take one more pulse here. Okay, bend your knees deeply and lower your right hip down to the mat. Take your left hand to your right ribs, little half hug here, and lift the ribs into a gentle twist. So a molding of the ribs, lifting more space, lift and twist. Take your left foot, place it forward of the right thigh. Left fingertips land to the left side of the mat. Push the mat away with your right hand. Drag your left fingertips back. Push right hand away. Drag left fingertips back. And then you can imagine this quality of like a little mermaid lifting up onto the rock. Lift your chin and then curl it back. Push the right hand away. Drag left fingertips back. Lift, lengthen, open, little mermaid. One more time, curl in. Explore the back. And then lift it up. Support with the left hand as you extend your right arm long to the top left corner of the mat. Keep your cross ankle and let your head land to the mat. Take your left hand and connect it to the left thigh. Press your thigh into your hand. Feel your hips slide wide, lengthen into the belly. And so the thigh pushes into the resistance of your hand. Feel the toning through the belly. Gentle resistance of the ankle into the thigh. Let your heart stay open. Let your chin stay open. One more. You roll all the way onto your back. Shift to the center of your mat. Reach your arms into the sky and lift your knees into the air to 90 degrees. You're going to connect the heels here and reach the arms back. Begin to extend your heels away. Reach, reach, reach. And then bring them back. With your hands, maybe let's connect them. Elbows up. You can take fists or fingertips or whatever feels right. Your hands to the mat. Extend your heels away. Resist heels together. Lengthen the belly. And then bring it back like little frog legs. Keep the chin lifted, throat open. Lengthen tone and bring it back. You can almost add like a little scooping action where you scoop low into this dip up. Let's take it over to the left. Kick long, stretch, and then bring it back. Middle, kick long, stretch, and then bring it back. To the right, kick long, little stretch, and then bring it back. Back through center a couple times. Kick, and bring it back. And kick, and bring it back. Last time, little kick. And then plant your feet. And keep your hands where they are and just wash your knees side to side. Right. Extend your right arm long. Pick up your butt and shift it to the left to roll onto your side. The left hand plants in front of your heart and press yourself back up. Hands to the mat, twist up hands and feet. Take a couple of pulses. Deep bends into the knees, hips root high and wide. Stretch your heart forward. Undulate the spine, deep bend into the knees, send your belly to your thighs. Root your hips way back wide up and high. And then ripple through the spine, curl all the way forward, chin in. Press down the mat and broaden through the back. Lift the chin, deep bends. Send your butt back high and wide, lengthen through the belly. And then ripple it forward, curling in. Chin tucks in, find fullness through the back as you round to come forward. Deep bends, slide wide, lift your hips high, and then ripple it forward last time, curling in, pressing down, feel the shoulder blades wrap, chin in until you find your length. Bend your knees, externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist to the right, knees forward, hips slide back, rise, lift and lengthen, open up. Find your pulse here. Crescent rainbow rising through the right ribs. Chin is lifted. Throat is open. Big stretch. Reach your right arm forward and long. Find that full expression through the right side. And deep bends into the knees. Lower your left hip down to the mat. And take your right hand, little half hug, and lift and twist into the ribs. Little revolutions of the ribs. Take your right foot, place it forward of the left. Right fingertips to the right side of the mat. Left hand pushes away as the right fingertips drag back, contract. And then like a little mermaid, presence your heart forward, lift. Push with the left, drag right fingertips back. Little push-pull action here into this contraction of fullness on the back. And then like little mermaid presence on the rock, lift your chin, lengthen. Push and drag. Last time, lifting, lengthening through the center. Right hand plants, left hand lowers to the right side of the mat. Let your head land behind your arm. Take your right hand somewhere along your right thigh. Like, how do I have hair in my mouth? Too short. Okay. Take your right hand to your thigh and just work to find length through the belly by resisting the knee or the thigh into the pressure of your hand. You can find a little ankle to thigh resistance, the hips root back and wide. It's subtle, but you'll feel these internal lines through the belly fire up. Roll onto the back. Shift to the center of your mat. Lift your knees back into the air and find some extension. Heels tap low as the arms reach back. Feel your belly lengthen and open, and then lift it back up. Heels tap down, arms reach back, stretch, and then lift it back up. And catch your knees, cup them, little rock side to side. Option to stay, option to connect your hands to your feet. Maybe play into a little ninja chop rock side to side. Sometimes it's nice to hug in as you chop wide to one side. Explore. Place your feet back down to the mat. Extend your left arm long. Lift your hips to shift them to the right and lie onto your left side. Your right hand can plant in front of the heart. Push yourself all the way up. Twist yourself back, hands and feet. Let's shorten the stance and take a couple of hops. Eyes forward, deep bends. Take a spring hop with an open belly. Land light with the paw. Push the ground so strong. Eyes look forward or almost like just ahead of between your hands. Knees stay at a 90-degree. Let your hips move back. Energetically pull your knees down. Lift, lengthen through the belly. Land back down. Pedal the heels. Wide knees. Connect your toes and sit back into child's pose. Let's try something. Take your heart forward and take your right foot towards your left knee to sit back onto your bum. We'll take a little twist towards the, what is this side? Towards the left. Lift through your center. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And then we'll twist the opposite direction. Plant your hands. Tuck your toes and twist up. And send your butt back. A little bend and root back. And then lower your hip back down. Shift sides. A little twist to the right. Lengthen through the torso, lift your chin. I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to get rid of furniture, I think. And then twist the opposite way. Plant your hands, tuck your toes and twist. Bend and root back. Feels so good. Drop your butt. Come back. And take your hands to the mat. A little fun play. Root hips back wide and spring your heart forward. Externally rotate your right hand, toes and knees twist to the left. Bend, root your hips back and wide and rise into the left side. Connect your left hand to your right forearm. Slide your hips back wide and open into a spiral. Hips root back, twist from under, right ribs revolve up towards the sky. Hold the bind, slide your left foot back behind. Step back cat, bend the knees. Root your hips wide and high and spiral open. Knees bend wide, hips root back wide and high and open. One more. Okay, come back through center. Left foot steps forward, lower your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. Find a couple of pulses forward and back. Use your left paw. Dig down, drag back. Option to stay just sort of pulsing in this space, connecting into the left inner groin. Option to take the right hand more forward. Come on to the meaty part, not the cap of the knee. Slide forward to the base of the thigh. Come forward, connect your left hand to your right foot and pulse into a quad stretch. Hips slide wide and then let it land down. Little pulsing. Feels nice to me. And release your foot. Connect your right toes to the mat. Lift up and take a couple of pulses here. Slide your hips back wide and high, keeping the spine aligned. You can even let your heart melt a little bit towards the ground, keeping the glutes lifting up, paws connecting, pressing down and wide. Okay, hands plant strong, step back, hands and feet. A couple of bends forward and back. Externally rotate your left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Knees forward, hips slide back, rise, lift and lengthen into the right side. Little pulses. Right hand to left forearm, find a bind. Root your hips wide and begin to spiral open. Left ribs revolve upwards. Hold the bind. Right foot slides behind. Step back cat, root your hips wide and high. And continue to revolve the ribs, open up. Bend, root back, and twist. One more. Come back through center, right foot steps to the right side of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Untuck your left toes and begin to pulse forward and back. Use your right toes connected to the mat, press down, drag back. Option to stay, just sort of working into the inner seam of the leg. Option to take the left hand to the left side, forward on the left side of the mat, and tip forward to come off of the kneecap. Right hand to your left foot. Let your groin dip low, and pick it up. Little pulses in and out. Stretchy. Release. Tuck your left toes. Lift your hips up. Let your heart melt down as you keep your hips rooting wide and high. Resist your pause down and out to the side. Stay connected into the glutes, into the posterior chain. Use your feet, press down, press wide. Lengthening in little spring pulses, that front leg. Take one more. And then hands plant strong, step back, hands and feet. Feet hip distance. A little shift of your hips side to side. And take wide knees, connect your toes and slide back. Child's pose. Stay here for a couple more moments, breathing deeply. Roll your spine back. Sit onto your knees. Take your hands to your heart, one on top of the other. Lift, presence, breathe. Thank you for practicing. I think that's where I'll leave it. It's nice and sweet and short and sweet. And I love you. I love you. I love you. And I hope you have a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is. My little online movement and wellness studio, where we feature primal movement, is in their 5 days of ritual right now. Actually, we're in like day 4, ending day 4. And it's dope. It's so dope, you guys. So if you want, I'm going to link it below. I forgot to do that in the whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll link it below. I'll connect it in, and it's not too late. There's still a lot of content, a lot of videos, moving videos that you get to taste. A little bit of a taste test, a kind of a taste test, because like when we're practicing, that's one thing. And so like practicing and teaching is one thing, but when we're actually teaching to you and connecting with you in a different way, like in Zoom, in a Zoom room, so much better. I don't want to say better, it's just different. It's so nice to have feedback and to have community. Real community is what it feels like. It's because it is. And so it's dope. Yeah, so come on in if you want to. I'll link it below. It's www.dailyritual.live/5days ritual. Number 5, days, DAYS, ritual. RITUAL. And I'll link that. It's not too late to join in, and we open our doors real quick here. And yeah, I don't think there's been a better time to take your wellness. I mean, I always think it's a good time to take wellness and movement seriously, but it just makes you feel alive. And it has been the single most thing, the single thing that I am most grateful for in my world. So come move with us. Love you guys. I hope that was fun and it wasn't as spicy as I thought I was going to go. So that's cool. Sometimes I get spicy, but love you guys. Peace out. Have a beautiful evening. Oh, how do I close this thing? End stream.